thrilled with the support we've received from both the city and from the residents, as well as certainly from our current mayor and all the members of the city's administration. And I want to just make one or two brief comments. I had mixed opinions when I learned of Bill's candidacy for Wayne County Executive, and I was saddened a little bit to think that we would lose him as our mayor. As you know, he's been the most effective mayor that I've seen in my entire career and the whole time I've been doing business in Westland. But I was thrilled to think that Bill would be the one that could take over Wayne County and do the kinds of things that Wayne County needs to have done. So at the end, we are grateful that he's chosen to run, and we could not be more supportive of his candidacy. Lastly, I just want to thank him on behalf of our customers and our employees. The city has been so oriented and friendly to businesses in the community, and as a business that's been here a long time, we could not be more grateful for his support. So with that, I'd like to just take a moment to introduce to you Bill's wife, Sherry, if you would give her a warm welcome. Give her a little pat.
Thank you for the introduction, Doug. Let's give Doug another big round of applause. Wow. It is so great to see so many of you here today for this exciting announcement. I can tell you firsthand that Bill Wild is a great example of a complete man. He is a devoted husband and father, a great friend, a mentor, a businessman, and a skillful leader. He lives each day with confidence, conviction, optimism, and an unwavering sense of purpose. And he courageously pursues his goals, yet remains humble in his accomplishments. I have always been impressed by Bill's absolute commitment to both his business and to the city of Westland, and by his knowledge, both fiscal and operational, of how government could and should work. Bill has the gift of vision, which not many possess. He can quickly understand a problem and work towards solutions. Since taking office, he has insisted upon the highest standards. He has never done any of this for self-interest purposes or for personal gain, unless it was the gain of knowing that he was doing the best for his city by making certain that it was operating responsibly. His knowledge of city government is absolute, as is his love for his community and his desire for the best quality of life for all that live and work here. Bill's experience and personality have prepared him to excel in many roles required of county executive. That's why I am excited he is going to continue on as a public servant. It is what he loves, and it's what he does best. Ladies and gentlemen, Bill is wild about Wayne County. And transformation is coming. Please welcome to the stage the man who is going to make that happen, our next Wayne County executive, Bill Wild.
Wow. I am wild for Wayne County. I hope you guys are too. Well, first of all, I want to thank everybody here at North Brothers Sport. I want to thank my good friend Doug North for allowing us to come into North Brothers Sport today. and totally disrupt the business. So a couple of you guys are going to have to buy a couple of Fords before you leave to make this work for me, okay? But everybody in the Doug North team, everybody in North Brothers Ford, their team, for allowing us to come in and do this right here in my hometown. Thank you, everybody, and thank you for everybody that put this together today. And how about a hand for my wife, Sherry Wild? Brought my rock. I mean, we just celebrated our 14th year of marriage together, and I'm always going back to the well telling her there's one more thing I want to do, there's one more thing I want to do, and she's been with me the whole time. She's a great mother, she's a great wife, she's a school teacher, she's just an incredible person, and I'm so proud of you, and thank you for being here with me today. So with that said, why are we kicking us off in the city of Westland? Well, I can tell you, I can't think of a better place to kick off the campaign where we're going to totally transform Wayne County, than my hometown, the city of Westland, and right here at North Brothers Ford. And I'm going to talk to you, there's a couple reasons why North Brothers and Ford is important to me, because they're going to be the inspiration that I'm going to use, that I'm going to take into work with me every single day in Wayne County as we start to turn Wayne County around. So I'm going to kind of come back to that a little bit. But I can tell you the city of Westland, the thing that I'm running on is the transformation in the city of Westland. We took the state of Michigan's 10th largest city, the 3rd largest in Wayne County. This is a city that's the microcosm of Wayne County. What you see in Westland is what you see in Wayne County. Westland looks like Wayne County. We are Wayne County. But we're just like Wayne County when it comes to finances. I can tell you that we have weathered the storm in the city of Westland. When I became mayor in 2007, it was just before the housing market crashed. But when it crashed hard, and you guys know this. In 2009, we sat down with our auditors because they told me they needed to talk with me. They laid out in front of me that Westland, the 10th largest city in the state, was going to be dead, broke, and busted midway through 2010. They laid out the numbers. They showed me that the current 2-year balanced budget that we have right now in 2009 showed a projected deficit accumulated of $60 million. The city of Westland's annual budget is $60 million. So we were looking at being $60 million upside down. So what we did is what we're going to have to do in Wayne County. We sat down, we rolled up our sleeves, we brought everybody to the table. We brought the Westland City Council to the table. We brought our unions to the table. They were all under contract, mind you. We brought the residents to the table. We went out to our nonprofits. We brought everybody to the table. What we did is we worked together. We rolled up our sleeves. We downsized the city. We did it in a compassionate way. We did not have union problems. Remember, all of our unions were under contract. We shared the numbers with them. We laid it out and said, this is the future. We worked together. We now, those same 2 years that we had an accumulated deficit, we were projected of $60 million in the hole. We now have a balanced budget, a $5.5 million surplus. We did it with 125 less employees, and keep in mind, we did it compassionately. We had very few layoffs. We didn't have union problems. But what we did is we balanced the budget. We brought our revenues in line with our expenses. We didn't ask our residents for more millages. We worked within our means, just like Wayne County residents do every single night when they go home, sitting at their kitchen tables. They live within their means. They balance their budgets. That's what we did here in the city of Westland, and that's what we're going to do in Wayne County. So I think what you see what we've done in the city of Westland is what we're going to do at Wayne County. Well, let me tell you a little bit about it. My whole life they told me, you're too young to do this, you're too young to do that. When I was 19 years old, I went to my dad and told him I wanted to run one of his businesses that he was getting ready to reopen in the city of Wayne. I was only 19 years old. He said, you're too young. I said, give me 1 year, and if I'm wrong, do something else with it. That was back in 1988. Eventually, I went on to buy that business from my dad. We just celebrated our 25th year in business. In the meantime, in 25 years, there's been a lot of Wayne County residents that have worked at that business and have used that business to put food on the table for their families. I got involved with the city of Westland and the planning commission. They said, you're the youngest planning commissioner we ever had. I did that for 2 years. Lori Wilson's not. She came in the exact same day I did on the planning commission. From there, I moved on to the city council. They said, you're too young. I got elected my first term. I got elected a couple more times, worked my way up to council president. I got into the mayor's office and said he's too young to be a mayor, but that was 7 years ago. And here I am today. They say, you're too young to be a county executive. And the thing I keep telling them is, I wish I was as young as you guys think. A couple non-traditional black hairs here on the side of my head from my time in the mayor's office. But the next question everybody asks me is, why in the heck would you want to do this? Here's what I can tell you, is that I've lived in Wayne County my whole life. I've raised a family. I've gone to school here. I got married here. Sherry grew up here too. We weren't exactly high school sweethearts. We did date once in high school. I've been the mayor of the 10th largest city, the 3rd largest in Wayne County, and I am just like everybody else in Wayne County. I am frustrated. I'm tired of it. Every time I turn on the papers, it's scandal. I mean, you couldn't even, they got shows on TV called Scandal that aren't even as good as the stuff that we're doing here in our own county. So I can tell you, I'm frustrated. As I travel the county, everybody tells me the same thing. It's got to stop. At some point, it's got to stop. We don't want scandals. We want somebody new. And that's what I'm going to talk about Ford. When I said that I'm inspired by Ford, there's a lot of reasons, but the first reason is, think back to when the auto industry was on the wire. In Ford Motor Company, you guys know that story. It's been one of the greatest turnaround stories, not only in our state, but probably in United States history for a business. When that was happening, what did Ford do? The ownership at Ford, they realized that they needed change. And remember, change is incremental. What they needed was transformation, which is what we need in the city of Wayne, what we need in Wayne County. Ford management went outside of their industry. They went outside of the company. The easy thing to do would have been to promote somebody from within and just let somebody else try to do it. But they went outside. They got an outsider, somebody that had turnaround experience, somebody that had taken an industry, turned it around, and they brought him in. And I can tell you, I launched an exploratory committee for this position back in May. And since May, I've traveled all 4 corners of this county, and every single person I've talked to says, we need an outsider. There's a lot of good people in Wayne County, don't get me wrong, and the fact that it gets painted with a broad stroke breaks my heart, because there are a lot of good people there. And this last snowstorm, you saw a lot of those good people out plowing the roads for us here. There's a lot of good people, there's a lot of good things going on, but they want an outsider. They want to get outside the county culture, because we need transformation. And that's where I don't have to tell you about the jail, and I don't have to tell you about the Pinnacle Park and the Guardian Building, and I don't know how many of you guys have been in the Guardian Building, but as a Wayne County resident, I go to the Guardian Building, there's not even a parking lot. I'm not sure how the heck we got there, but I think it just shows that there's been incredible bad decisions made in the executive position there, and something's got to change. As you can see, I'm not a big speech writer, so I'm working off the cuff here. The next thing I want to talk about is fundraising. This is going to be an expensive race. Our team projects it's going to be a $2 million race. I can tell you that we started raising money for this position in November. And as we got out around the county and we started talking to people, we realized that people wanted change. I can tell you that we raised $250,000 in less than 2 months. And we're going to continue to do that. We've got a fundraising team in place, and we're going to hit that target of raising $2 million. As you can see, with all the stuff we have up here, we have websites that are live. If you want to learn more about the campaign, it's wildforwaynecounty.com. You can like us on Facebook. You can learn more about it. We're going to need everybody to get involved. And here's the one thing I want to tell you is that a lot of people ask me, well, what can we expect? When you're Wayne County executive, what can we expect? And I think this is probably what I bring to the table more than anybody else. What you're going to get from me is I'm a hands-on guy. In the city of Westland, everybody that's worked for me, they know this. I'm a 24/7 guy. As the mayor of the city of Westland, I've got my names on signs. Some people think that's a bad thing. When I put it up there, I said, that's because you guys know who's accountable, who's responsible. When you see something that's wrong, you call me. And I'm going to be a hands-on guy. You're going to see I'm the guy that's at the table. It's going to go through my office. I'm not going to farm out all the tough decisions. That's what people have learned to expect and respect about me in the city of Westland, and that's what you can expect. That's the type of executive I'm going to be. I can tell you, as I travel the county, I haven't met a single mayor yet, a township supervisor, city manager yet that has a direct line to the county executive's office. They don't have a phone number, they can't talk to them, they can't see them. All that changes January 1st, 2015. Okay, one more thing I want to cover before I wrap it up. There's so much talk about Wayne County, and most of it's been negative for a long period of time. If you think about all the assets that we have in the county, we're the largest county in the state of Michigan. We're one of the largest in the entire country. There's no other county in the country that's got all the assets we have here. When you look at the international crossing, when you look at the Port Authority, when you look at the airport, when you look at the sports teams, when you look at the unique downtowns that we have, when you look at all the water, there is nothing like this anywhere else. We should be leading not only our county and the state, but the entire country in innovation, transformation, and it's going to start under my watch. The one thing that we're not going to do is, when you hear about the county, what you hear about is management people, you talk about padding their pensions. The one thing you never hear about are the residents. And that's why I think I bring something to the table that the other people perhaps you're hearing about don't. As a mayor, I understand that, I get that it's about the people, it's about the residents of Wayne County. So as we work to bring those finances back in line, we're going to prioritize our dollars to deliver services, to take care of the residents. Everybody at Wayne County is only there because there's a need for the residents of Wayne County, and we're going to not forget that every single day. It'll start from me, work its way through the team, all the way down to everybody at the street. My background in business taught me customer service. We're bringing customer service back to Wayne County. As I wrap it up, I mentioned I've been inspired by Ford. Everybody here knows Ford owns the Detroit Lions. Yesterday, the Detroit Lions hired a new head coach. There were bigger names out there. There were people with better known names. But what they did is they found the right guy. They didn't care the color of his skin. They didn't care about any of that stuff. They found the guy, the right guy, the guy that's got experience, the guy that took a team to the Super Bowl. They found the right guy. Detroit Lions hired a new head coach. I think Wayne County needs a new head coach. Let's go win this thing. Thank you, everybody. Thank you.